How much time are you wasting? No, seriously, how much time are you wasting doing things that you had no business doing? How often do you find yourself at work being like, why did I say yes to this? Well, I know you, I see you because I've been you, and many of my clients have been you too. You are someone who has always been a rock star individual contributor. You work hard. You stay late, you come early. You are a by any means necessary, I'm going to get it done type of person. And while that served you when it was just you doing your own work, now you're leading teams. You're managing other people. You're trying to grow a business. You're trying to lead for greater social impact in the organization, but you still have your hands in everything. I have this client, Jay, and Jay had been so successful in the social impact organization that she was leading. I mean, she grew it literally from the ground up, had led for transformational outcomes for children. But when we really got into like the bit by bit, why she was not able to do the things that we talked about yesterday and working on her personal brand and story, it was because she was behind the scenes doing things that someone else should very much so be handling. And I don't say that from a place of being above the work or, this is not my responsibility anymore. I say that from a place of, well, you aren't the person that's best positioned to do that because you can be leveraged in higher ways. Remember, we are changing that mindset when we come into the space, especially as leaders, and understanding how our time and the ways that we invest in our ability to show up with executive presence, with our 4 C's that we touched on yesterday of character, of confidence, of communication, and connection. When we take the time to invest in those areas of our leadership, it leads to transformational outcomes for everyone, those we serve, those on our team, those that we want to attract to what we're building. So today we're diving into this topic of the fact and the hard truth, y'all. It is a hard truth. They are not going to respect your time if you don't. People are not going to respect your time if you don't. And a lot of times I attract clients with big hearts because you're not just in this work because you want all the money in the world. You're in this work because you are a legacy builder. You want to see change, you want to impact lives, and yes, you want to grow your personal wealth, but oftentimes the people that are most connected to me, you're interested in building wealth to invest in greater outcomes for greater change, right? So you are someone who many times you are a yes person because you want to help, you want to serve, but I want to let you in on some strategies today and some realizations that sometimes in your serving and in your doing, you're actually harming your long-term impact. So, the importance of this conversation is in the space of how you set boundaries, understanding that we need to set boundaries for yourself, for the work that you're leading, but also moving that mindset from what got you here, what got you to this level of leadership, your hard work, your head down ways that you just knock it out and get it done. It is not going to be what leans towards your success at the next level. And this whole series has been about walking you through strategies, techniques, and insights for you to get there. So if you're a yes person, just drop a yes in the chat for me. I want to see if my people are here. If you are someone who has a hard time saying no, drop a yes in the chat. Okay. I see you. I see you. I see you. And I mentioned to you, you're in good company because I am a recovering people pleaser. The reason why I can talk about this so passionately is because I use these strategies. I've coached dozens of clients and using them in one-on-one coaching and hundreds of women within cohorts to use these strategies to free their time to focus in on what really matters. So I'm going to give you these three questions. And within these three questions, they are going to unlock how you prioritize your time. Now, this is homework. Get out your notebook, your notes. If you are someone who is already plugged in for this series to get access to the recordings and the resources, you're going to get follow up about these questions in your inbox. If you have not yet subscribed to get that, you can hit that link in the comments to sign up so that you get access to the recordings and the resources. But let's jump in. By this time, you should have your pen and paper ready or your phone, whatever you're taking notes on. The first question as you begin to reprioritize your time and get yourself in the position where you're ready to say no, the first question is, what do you love doing? When you look at your work, when you look at what you're building, what pieces of the job do you absolutely love? They light you up. They connect you back with the why that you started. And it could just be something, hey, I'm really good at this and I enjoy doing it. What do you love doing? The second question is, what must be done only by me? These are the things that, and no matter if I don't love it, I'm the only person that can do this. What can only be done and what must be done by you as the leader? You're going to list out those things. Now, my third question, after you look at what you love to do, what must be done by you, what are those other things? What should be delegated? All right. What do I love to do? What must be done by me? The third question is, what should be delegated? And as you answer those questions, I want to give you some practical explanation. Don't just go and run with that and say, hey, here's the list that Carlisha told me I needed to delegate. I'm going to give it to this person, and this person, passing out to-do lists like Uno cards. Okay. No, I want to talk to you about some important moves that you need to make when you are starting to plan, like what has to come off of my plate? How will I be intentional with managing my time and saying no and pushing some things to the side for me to step into this next level of leadership? I told you yesterday that there's going to have to be time carved out for your personal development. And for you to have that time carved out, you got to change some of these habits that are not serving you anymore. And for one, it's saying yes to everything. So, the ways in which you can make this decision and even think about what goes in each bucket of, what do I love doing? What must be done by me? What should be delegated? Refer to your North Star, like your vision of success for your role, not the entire organization. When you're leading at the front, you think about everything, which is great. But right now, I'm asking you for the vision of success for your role and position. This is going to put you in the mindset of not everything, but what is for the maximum impact of what I am leading and what I am charged to do. Okay. The second piece, as I mentioned to you, when you're looking at that role and you're looking at your job description or these critical components and buckets that you cover as a leader, again, highlight what must be done only by me. All right. So we have this job description in front of us. These are some things that only I can do. But when you're thinking about, okay, I could take this off of my plate, I can begin to stop saying yes to this because I've done it for so long. There's a critical step that leads people to frustration. Go ahead and drop "that's me" in the chat if you have ever been someone who has given out work and delegated it. You try to take it off your plate, but you took it back. That's me. And you want to know why I did that? Because I failed to do this step. When you are choosing to delegate, you should make your thinking clear to your team. When you have taken on these tasks, what was the process that you went through? Why did you even choose them to take on this role? A lot of times we perceive that people just know what to do, when to do it. Make your thinking clear. Really coach, guide, and train your team so that when you are giving away the task, you won't give it and take it back. Of course, it does take time in the beginning. You're like, it will just be quicker for me to do this myself. And then you add up all the time that you've been doing it yourself. You could have easily spent that time on the front end training the team, making your thinking clear, explaining the why and the steps that you take, while still giving them freedom to think about the process that best fits their needs. But your end outcome, your standard, your goal for excellence, leaving that right there as a goalpost for their work. And so, lastly, as you think about this list and you think about the things that you're going to begin to take off your plate, the things that you want to say yes to, revisit the principles that we discussed in these first 2 days about your values and being able to utilize values based communication when you articulate what's a part of your yes and what's a part of your no. When you're able to start with why and sharing, hey, right now I'm prioritizing professional growth. So I have this time block allocated to training every Friday from 12 to 1. And I know I used to step into that meeting to be a facilitator. However, and tell them, what this shift is. Honor your values, live that out loud, share your thinking with your team, but be prepared to say no because you have to invest in you. I told you this yesterday. People invest in people. And when you're leading at this level, the quality of your personal brand, the ways that you're able to communicate leads to the transformation in your leadership to grow for social change. So I have enjoyed our morning together. We are wrapping up. Today's the last day for our series this week. But guess what? I'm back next week. I'm back next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, same time, same place. If you are someone who is not yet signed up to get access to the recordings and the materials, you can do that at the link below. But I also want to invite you to learn more about how we can work together. I support clients through a signature group coaching program, as well as one on one supports, speaking to organizations and agencies. You can find out more by booking a consultation call with me or visiting the link that's in the comments. If you have questions as we've gone on this journey, please do not hesitate to reach out. I've been chatting with a lot of you in the DMs and keep it coming. You want feedback on some of these assignments that I'm giving you? You want to talk through your line of thinking? I am here for it. So I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend.